If you enjoy what you are listening and watching, subscribe to my channel. My Daughter Left the Nest and Returned an S. Frank Adventurer episode 11 is the child demon voice calling out to their master. Then it changes to Bell losing his leg. Bell absolutely knows more than what we think. He knows what is going on. There is also no way he is an average adventurer. He is stronger than a D rank. And maybe because the opening was saying master, master, and we see Bell. I don't know if Bell is a master or not, but he is a very calm adult. He's a good father. So maybe there's some connection there where this demon child had a master and then thought Bell was the master, or Bell was probably trying to save this demon child and then lost his leg. Either way, we do not know anything about Bell, and we do not know anything about him with the past few episodes that are left of this anime. We're going to have to wait for a slow burn of Bell's past and his identity as we go on in the future with this anime. After this opening scene, we change to Byaku being trained by Granny Maria. Byaku can use the Demon King's power. This is what makes his hair color turn black. He is told not to use this power. I forget why Byaku can use the Demon King's power, or if that's something we don't even know, and it's just very casually said in this episode on, oh yeah, this is the power you have, and we're never going to talk about it ever again. Byaku in training is focusing on his body's mana generating organ to separate his mana from the Demon King. We learn Charlotte, without using Solomon's power, now is powerless. Our characters after training talk about how Angeline is obsessed with her father. She loves him. Byaku doesn't understand what is so great about Bell. He has heard Angeline's stories, but he doesn't get the hype around Bell. We've seen change to Bell. In this village, before winter arrives, Marguerite will leave to become an adventurer. She will go south. Duncan also will leave town. He wants to go see some people. Bell tells Marguerite she should leave after they have the next festival. She can enjoy herself and then leave with a merchant. They tell her as an adventurer, it is important to minimize costs. Traveling with someone going in the same direction will help. She can be their bodyguard and either get paid for it or do an exchange of I will protect your merchant goods and protect you as you travel and you give me a free ride. And since they're talking about adventuring, we've seen change to the Adventurers Guild. A message has arrived from the Grand Duke of Vistago. He wants Angeline to visit to honor her for defeating the Demon King. Angeline is not happy about this because she wanted to see her father since nothing was going on. Now that she has plans, she has to work. Angeline is going to go and be honored. She is not happy about it though. Angeline tells Anessa and Mirami about this. Mirami says Grand Duke Estagel is being selfish. Angeline defeated the Demon King 1 year ago. It is odd he wants to celebrate that now, 1 year later. The Grand Duke of Estagel City lives 2 weeks away from Angeline. Angeline is trying to figure out what to do with Charlotte and Byaku. Okay, so basically this scene, the mother, Angeline, is trying to figure out how to take care of her 2 kids while she's gone. Anessa says Mirmin and her can look after them. We've seen change to Belle and Graham practicing. Duncan and Marguerite are practicing as well. This scene adds a little to these 4 characters, but it's nothing special. At night, though, is the next festival, and that is special. It brings in business to the small village. It is also fun to listen to music, dance, eat, drink, and play games. The traveling merchant is here in this village. She will give Marguerite a ride to Orphan. Orphan is where Angeline lives. Sadly, she will not meet the elf living with her father because Angeline is also traveling. Graham, Belle, and the mystery child go away from the festival to talk. Belle tells Graham he dreamed of his past and hasn't thought about that in a while. Graham says it seems like Belle has to resolve whatever is going on. Belle says to do that he would need to leave to face his past. Graham tells Belle he will protect this village. The elves are not going back home. Graham, who was looking for Marguerite, will not join her in her adventure south to become an adventurer, nor is he going back home. I don't know why, but this all seems a little weird. It's really cool that the elves have stayed past 2 episodes, but there's so many characters in and out of every episode that you would think that they would have already left. They came to where Belle lives to do whatever they needed to do, and then they just stayed afterwards when it was done. They had no reason to stay, they just did. And now they're leaving. We see Angeline go off to Estragal. Gil is the one who will take her. Gil is a AAA adventurer. We get a little flashback of Bell as an adventurer. He is younger than the flashbacks when he lost his leg to a demon. The group he is fighting with say Bell is strong fighter, but then in the flashback, Bell is yelled at for standing around on a battlefield. They think he is a useless adventurer and do not believe Bell when he says he was just surveying the area. He gets kicked out of that adventure party. He is asked right after that to join another party. This other party noticed Bell was actually surveying the area. From the flashback, it looks like Bell was with this second adventure party until he lost his leg. Bell decided to leave them. They didn't want him to leave, and they didn't even kick him out. This party Bell was with at this moment is when everyone else is a B rank adventurer. We don't know if Bell is actually D rank or if he was B rank and lying, but Bell leaves despite them wanting him to stay. Bell thinks he will slow them down now because of his leg. The persons whose hand and arm we see in this flashback in the current time is in jail. The man in jail breaks a glass bottle, then uses magic to put it back together. He says when something's broken, there's no point in putting it back together and breaks the glass again. Whatever reason he is in jail, he is in a struggle. We know this because a noble girl tells the man everyone is getting ready for the ball, and Angeline just left to go to a ball. The noble girl is here to hear adventure stories. We learn this man's name is Kasim. Kasim is going to meet Angeline and Belle in the future. He will meet Angeline first because this is where Angeline is going to be next episode. And this episode was the only episode that gave us more of Belle's past, and it was pretty useful to learn. Belle was an adventurer, going from party to party. He was trying his best. He was doing great. He was good at being an adventurer, and people still wanted him to fight even after he lost his leg, but Belle just didn't want to keep on fighting, so he's the one that stopped being the adventurer. No one kicked him out. No one told him to stop. He himself stopped. And we did meet someone who knows Belle from this past, Kasim. But now, is Kasim a good guy or bad guy? YouTube, you will have to watch my videos on My Daughter Left the Nest and Returned an S-Rank Adventurer to find out.